A lot of people believe that only those who earn a lot can organize their financial life. But the truth is, some of the most disciplined people I've ever met started when they had almost nothing. And that's exactly why this video exists. Today, you're going to discover 10 simple, practical, and fully applicable principles, even if your income is low or changes from month to month. These fundamentals work because they don't depend on how much you make. They depend on your behavior. And after years studying the habits of wealthy people and the patterns of those who succeed, I can guarantee they work. If you feel like you work all month, pay bills, handle emergencies, and still end up with nothing, know that you're not alone. Thousands of people live this exact cycle. Money comes in, disappears quickly, and leaves you with the constant feeling of always starting from zero. It's frustrating because it seems like the problem is the salary. But most of the time, the real obstacle is the lack of a clear method to manage what you earn. Without a strategy, any income gets lost. And this is where many people get it wrong. They believe they need to make more before getting organized, when in reality, it's organization that comes before financial improvement. Understanding this point is what sets the stage for real change. Now that we understand the problem, it's time to look at the solutions clearly. In this video, you're going to learn 10 essential principles that anyone can apply right away, even with a low income. These fundamentals organize, strengthen, and transform your relationship with money. We'll talk about financial awareness, discipline, strategic spending, growth mindset, investing with little, and even how your environment influences your financial behavior. Each of these points builds part of the foundation you need to finally take control of your financial life and start moving forward. There's a common belief that people with low income are always doomed to financial disorganization. But that's simply not true. In reality, some people make good money and still live in debt, while others with modest salaries manage to save, plan, and even invest. The difference rarely lies in how much you earn, and almost always in your habits. When you understand that organization doesn't depend on how much comes in, but on how you manage every dollar, everything changes. This mindset shift is what separates those who are constantly putting out fires from those who begin building stability. And the most important part, this shift doesn't require extra money. It only requires awareness of what truly matters. This is the first step toward transforming your relationship with money. Most people have no idea where their money actually ends up. They remember the big bills, but ignore the small, everyday purchases that seem insignificant until you add them up. And that's the point. What isn't tracked can't be controlled. When you start recording everything you spend, absolutely everything, a clarity emerges that completely transforms your relationship with money. Because for the first time, you can see the leaks. You notice patterns. You find hidden excesses. And you realize that many financial struggles don't come from lack of income, but from lack of visibility. You don't need complex apps. A notebook, a simple spreadsheet, or even the Notes app on your phone is enough. What matters is building the habit, because it's this habit that gives the control back to you. Very few people understand the power of this principle. Pay yourself first isn't about saving large amounts. It's about creating priority. Before bills, before shopping, before any expense, you set aside an amount, even a small one, exclusively for your future. This changes everything because it strengthens a mindset of building, not surviving. Saving $1 may seem irrelevant, but the habit of putting yourself first is what creates consistency. And consistency always beats value. Those who start small develop discipline, prove to themselves that they're capable, and over time naturally increase the amount. This is how savers and investors begin, with a simple action repeated consistently that becomes a solid financial pillar. A lot of people believe that saving money means living a life full of sacrifices, but the truth is, the most effective cuts are the ones you barely notice. The secret is identifying expensive small habits that can be replaced with cheaper options without hurting your quality of life. It might be swapping the daily store-bought coffee for homemade coffee, replacing frequent food delivery with simple weekly meal prepping, or even canceling subscriptions you no longer use. These micro adjustments may seem small individually, but over the course of a month, they make a huge difference. And even better, they don't create that feeling of loss that makes so many people give up quickly. This is smart saving. You spend less, but still live well. And that opens space to save and invest more. No pain, no drama, just strategy.